Hey guys, and welcome to a new series on my channel. Recently I asked you guys whether or not you'd be interested in seeing a palette a day series. A couple of you did say you'd be interested in seeing that series testing all of the indie brand eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection, and these are brand new to me. I made it kind of a mission in my personal life to support more independent brands and get more into indie eyeshadow brands. So I have been hauling a bunch. I've got a bunch of different indie brand haul shadow videos on my channel. I think there's 4 installments, and I will be trying to link those in the description box in case you guys are interested in checking them out and you haven't already. But I have 45 palettes that I have not tested, I have not put on my eyes. I have swatched most of these in the haul video, but in these videos I am going to fully swatch all of the palettes before we do one look. Not all of these palettes are still available. I noticed that after hauling them, some of them sell out. That's how indie brand shadows go. But in case some of them do come back in stock, and in case you guys have these palettes in your current collection and are interested in seeing a look, I am going to include all of the palettes that I hauled, regardless of whether or not they are still available. I am just picking the palettes that are really calling to me the day that I come up here to film these videos. And if you are interested in me doing a look with any one of those next, please leave it in the comments below. If you guys aren't currently subscribed, I'd love to see you subscribe. You guys, let's get into it. Welcome to another palette a day video. I'm super duper excited to do today's palette a day video because this is a palette. When I swatched it, I absolutely couldn't wait to get this on my eyes, and I just haven't done it yet. I've been waiting for fall, so now is the perfect time because it is such a fall themed palette. It's the Abscission palette from Arttitude Cosmetics. They are a brand out of the UK. This palette has gone in and out of stock, I think multiple times at this point, but it is currently in stock right now. This does retail for $49, which I actually think is a really great price point for a palette of this size with multi-chromes and duochromes. I think there are multi-chromes in here. The outer packaging does have like hollowed out leaves so that you can see the cover, which I think is really cool. This does come with a mirror, and here is the color story. If this is not your fall inspired palette, I literally don't know what is. So it is supposed to include 9 buttery easy to blend matte eyeshadows, 2 intense multi-chrome eyeshadows with an intense color shift. And I have to say, I think those are these 2 right here, the green and the blue, because they do have quite an intense shift, but it also could be this one right here. It's hard to tell. 3 high definition foiled eyeshadows, which are definitely these 3, 1, 2, and 3 right here are very foily. And then 2 soft duochrome eyeshadows with a subtle shift, which I feel like are these 2 over here, but I could be wrong in the order these are in, or like which shades are which. That's kind of all the detail that I get on this particular palette. I am dying to get this on my eyes, and I'm pretty sure what look I want to do. I'm just not sure what shimmer I want to use today. So let's get to swatching this out. This is what we do every single time. We swatch the whole palette out and we do one look. Honestly, it is such a shame that I'm not doing 2 looks in today's video, because there are like a couple of looks that immediately come to my mind when looking at this palette. I love that it goes very light to dark. It has the black matte because you've got a black based shimmer, multi-chrome probably, and this one might be black based. I don't know, this one too. It's hard to tell, but definitely this one over here, which shifts purple. So you need something, I think, that's a really, really deep black matte. So I'm very excited. Again, I have swatched this out in one of my haul videos. The creaminess of it was very, very enticing. The shimmer formula was absolutely fantastic and just went on for days and days and days. This is kind of nice transition shade. That was very soft in the pan though. It broke a little bit. There's a little bit of kick up. That was New Beginnings. This shade is Let Go, which is a very soft forest green shade, very light and desaturated. This next one is Dead Weight. Interesting shade names. Yeah, see how soft they are? They kind of crumble. They don't kind of crumble, they really do crumble. This next one is Fall, which is pretty similar to one that's called Maple. So I'm hoping they're not too similarly shaded. Pretty much every one of these shimmers looks delightful and calls to me. Probably none of these kind of turned me off. These are super foily, super reflective, but they're soft, not foily. See how like immensely flat looking they are? They're just super creamy. They don't have a lot of texture to them. Not that they don't have any texture, they're just not chunky. That was Life, and this green one is in Crisp. My cat is now telling me, Mom. She's like at my feet. That one doesn't have a very strong base to it. This one is a shimmer that I would wear all the time. Love it. Ooh, pronouncing this one is gonna be hard. This is one of the foily shades. Senescence. Senescence, Senescence. That's not terribly dissimilar to the pink one, but it's foily. It definitely has a deeper base to it, and it's a darker purple too. There it is there, very light reflective. Not a shade I'm immediately drawn to, I have to say. This one though, Abscission, which is literally the name of the palette, which I have no idea what that word means, is what I think is a multi-chrome in this palette. Super smooth. Ooh. Delish, you guys. Delish. Oh my gosh, there's just so much left over. All right, this shade for sure calls my name. It's very similar to Life. This one is called Daylight. It's this super intensely reflective silver shade. Very beautiful. Again, super duper soft. There's no chunkiness at all. All right, this next one definitely looks like a multi-chrome, and it's also super duper smooth. Look at how smooth that is, you guys. It's like glass. This one is called Transition. Oof. Eesh, that's delightful. That was fabulous. Hopefully this next one is similar. No, this one's like a very tacky shade in Seasons, but also delicious. Look at that shift. So good. So good. Ooh, yikes. Both of those are so delicious. I love the silvery reflect about the Life one, that pink one right here. So it's calling to me because it's going to be so impactful in the eye. You know, maybe not the funnest shimmer to swatch, but definitely it's going to stand out when you put it on. But these two are also calling to me. They're just blue and green, and I wasn't thinking I was going to do a blue and green look. So I'm definitely tempted to go for this one because that was the last shimmer. The rest of these are mattes. So this next one is Maple, which is the one I said was super similar to the shade Fall, which was right here. The Fall one has like more orange, but you know, by the time they translate to the eyes, they're probably not going to be that different. Okay, I have 4 more mattes to swatch, and hopefully I can get them on my arm. This one's not going to do a whole lot on the swatch. It's Renew, which is, oh yeah, I have plenty of room. Just like a white shade, a beige shade. Leaves is a true green matte. Really pretty. These are pretty intensely pigmented, I will give them that, but they are very soft, not super tightly packed mattes. Journey is a deep blue. It's like a teal blue even. You can go neutral with this, you can go green, you can go blue, you can do maroon, and you can even go super smoky with that black shade. There's quite a bit to do with this palette, I think. All right, this last one is Detachment, which is the black matte on this finger here. There's the full color story there. See, the shimmers here make sense with the mattes. Not always do they when I swatch them out or looking at the color story, but I see a lot of possibilities. And again, I'm just loving the fact that when there's a deep black base shimmer that you have a black matte to pair with it. Those two multi-chromes are just delicious. The light reflection is just fabulous. All right, let's get this on the eyes, shall we? I'm actually going to take a pretty neutral shade first. I'm going to do a pretty neutral look. I'm going to take this New Beginning shade. I'm taking Fall because it has a little bit more brown in it. Probably for the outer corner, I actually might deepen with Dead Weight right here. This brown, I don't think I'm going to use the black. And I'm going to go into the Life shade. You know, it's kind of a shame that I'm not doing one of like the super shifty shades. I think I just want to do this look how I would normally do it and how I would pull this palette in for everyday use. Because I already know I can go colorful with it. I already know these are going to be beautiful, delicious little multi-chromes. And I want to see how actually reflective that Life shade is. Now I'm going into Fall, essentially into the crease. I got a tiny bit of skipping. I did, but not on this side for whatever reason. I'm going for it, y'all. I'm doing it because wow, just wow. Like, could that get more shiny? I'm not sure it can. Wowie, wow. Holy smokes. It's like liquid. It's like liquid metal. Ooh, I guarantee you this palette can take you far and wide. I'm doing an unwet brush for this inner part. I'm actually not taking it above the crease at the current moment, and I don't think I want to. I'm gonna keep it down here, I think, so that you can really see that red in the crease itself. Look how easily this goes on with a dry brush. Going back into Fall, I want it to show above the crease. All right, loose outer corner packer brush in Dead Weight. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take that silver and pop it in the center of the lid, just in the center. my gosh. She done. Alright guys, lashes, makeup, we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I threw on some lashes. I did my makeup. Let's go into the lower lash line and finish this up. I threw a black liner in the waterline and I tight lined with the black liner. That's pretty much all I did in addition to the lashes. So I want to use this shade right here to get really close to the lash line, and then I'm going to smoke it out with fall. So I'm going to use the exact same colors that I used on the upper lid. I'm going all the way too, all the way across the lower lash line. And now smoking it out with that other shade. I feel like I'm getting some fallout. Yes! My Tower 28 Make Waves mascara for the lower lashes. And we're done. We're done. Okay, we can completely acknowledge the fact that I did I would consider neutral look. However, it has some pop, you guys. This gold and the silver, they're so light reflective that if you do want to shine, you're gonna shine with those shades. I can acknowledge the fact that I went pretty neutral, but I feel like it was a really fall look. Like something I would definitely wear in fall. Like this is a date night eye for fall. This palette could do so much though. Super duper good quality, different variety of shimmers in here, like with different textures. You got those super sparkly ones, you got the flatter multi-chromes, and then you have the chunkier ones, black based, lighter based. I mean, the only thing it doesn't really have in here is like an inner corner highlight necessarily. I would say though that you could probably use these shades, both of them, for the inner corner. I left the inner corner blank because I thought we were sparkling enough. And the crisp shade here is a translucent shade, so it does have that as well. Like overall, this was just really good. I mean, I got a little bit of skipping with the fall shade, but I feel like I was able to buff it out. Sometimes that happens on my hooded eyes with my extra skin, so I'm not gonna like hate on it for that. But everything that I tried was delicious and delightful, and it came out exactly how I wanted it to, and there were no like surprises in the formulation, and everything blended together beautifully. And this palette can do so freaking much, you guys. Again, these shimmers are probably like super duper fun to play with. I didn't go for these today, but I would have liked to use this shade right here. That was calling to me. If I did another look with this palette, I would definitely use that particular shimmer and probably the black matte in here, but also that seasoned shade is good. Like it has so many possibilities. Not just a fall smoky eye. I think it has neutral looks in here too, and then you can get some colorful looks as well. I'm just in love with this. I'm in love with the formula. I'm in love with the variety. I like the price point. The only thing I can't remember is how much I paid in shipping, because I do believe that I paid in shipping. But anyway, this is still available for sale, you guys. I will link it in the description box in case you are interested in checking it out, or anything else that Arttitude Cosmetics has on their website currently. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, as always. And as I always say, if you guys are not currently subscribed, I would love to see you subscribe so you can stick around with me and do some more palette a day videos, or just in hopes that you enjoy some of my other content. I'm out of here for this evening, you guys, and I hope to catch you all in my next video. Bye guys.